Words matter with Chef Don Splain.
Hello, thank you for tuning in to Words Matter. And today's word is aioli. Aioli. The reason why I'm laughing is because I literally just mispronounced it before I started this whole thing. So yeah, so aioli, not aioli, but aioli. And the best way to remember it is, and the way that was drilled into me by my mentor is, I only a dollar. I only a dollar. After you say that 100 times, it's really drilled into you that it's pronounced aioli. And aioli literally means garlic and oil. Garlic and oil. The French word for garlic slid into the word for oil, aioli. And so this dish comes from a place called Nice. It's in southeastern France and very Mediterranean. And uh, it's whenever I think of Nice, I think of like the epitome of spring, like the definition of spring. And the aioli is part of what's called the Grand Aioli, which is what we would call kind of like a crudité, which is basically fresh vegetables from the spring with this garlic and oil emulsion. And I think the confusion comes in is when we make the emulsion, it's kind of tough. I should say it's tough, but there's a technique to it. And if you rush it, you're going to fail and it's going to separate. And then you're going to want to make it into an emulsion. And so as a chef, like what emulsifies is but egg yolk. So you throw that in there, and then the conclusion is, well, it's mayonnaise. And so the shortcut that everyone takes is they just take mayonnaise, they flavor the mayonnaise, and they put it on the menu. And they don't want to call it mayonnaise, so let's call it aioli. But an aioli is a very specific thing, a very specific sauce or paste, and uh, it really, when you have it in the way that it's supposed to be prepared, it's its own creature. It is like I said, it is garlic and oil and it's spring garlic, and so it can be very pungent. So a little bit goes a long way, and it's one of those deals where if you're serving a grand aioli or having an aioli, like literally, it's everyone should be eating it because you're going to be uh, expelling it through your breath. It's going to be coming out of your skin. It's again, it's a very spring dish. And I also wanted to teach you about mayonnaise. So mayonnaise uh, comes from a place called Mahon, which is the capital of an island that Spain used to oversee, and then the French took it over. I'm not sure if Spain took it back, but it's whenever you see the suffix, uh, so aise, it kind of means sauce from. So mayonnaise is sauce from Mayon. Uh, Bordelaise is sauce from Bordeaux. Hollandaise is sauce from Holland. And so that's one of those, just a little tidbit for you to ponder and think about. Uh, if you have any questions, just, drop it below. Uh, this really isn't up for debate. This is what it is. And I hope you learned something new.